Good afternoon all. Today we will see that how can we use loops in Python. We have already studied about functions, iterations, strings, and today we will see that how can we use loops. There are basically two types of loops in Python. One is called a for loop and second is called a while loop. So let's make a small program using a while loop to know the working of while loop. For example, if I take a variable I initialize it to 10, I initialize it to 0, sorry, and then we write that while I is less than 10. This is the syntax of while loop. The keyword is while, and after the while we give a condition. Then we put a colon. After giving the condition, we put a colon. As per the indentation, the cursor will itself take the position. Now how does this while loop works? This is the keyword while which has to be written. Then this is the condition which is checked. As long as the condition is true, it will go inside the loop. That is, it will keep on indenting towards this where the cursor is written. All the lines which are written at this indentation is taken as they are written inside the while. So these will run as long as the condition is true. So we check if I is less than 10, we just print the value of I, and then we give the next value of I, which is, we say that I is equals to I plus 1. We can give any value. We are just trying to make a program which prints the numbers from 0 to 9. The loop will start from 0. It will go up, the value of I will go up to 10, but it will not print 10 because 10 is not less than 10. It will come out of the while loop. As soon as we wish to come out from the while loop, what we have to do is we put a backspace and we come out of this indentation. So this portion which is indented in this, which is marked in blue, is considered to be within the while. The portion which is outside, which we have come and out over here, this is outside the while loop. To know that we have come outside the while loop, we just use a print that end of while. So this is how the syntax of while goes on. We give an initialization of the value to which we are checking it. Then we check the condition. It can be any condition. If the condition is true, it will go within the while loop. Otherwise, it will come out of the loop. Now we run this program. Now, as soon as we run, it asks that you have to save it. So let's save the program. The program says there is already a program by the name of while1. So let's replace it with some other number, while5, and we save it and see when the program runs. It is, you can see the output over here. The things which are marked in blue, that the output is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it comes end of the while. So while loop is very simple to use in Python. There is another alternative of while, though it is rarely used, like if else. We can also use while else. Now how do we use while else? We come out of the while and we put an else. But before I explain the syntax, let us see means why it is required sometimes. We say that as long as the condition is true, it should remain in this loop. But sometimes we say if the condition is false, it should do this thing. And in case that it is true, it do this thing. In case it is false, it do this thing. And rest, you can say it runs a normal program. For example, I say that I have to say that I is equals to 0, then it do this thing, and if I is not equals to 0, it do this thing. So I will write over here that while I is equals to 0, now it becomes an infinite loop as long as I write I is equals to 0, because I am writing that I is equals to 0. And I, instead of printing of I, okay, I say that print I and exit from the program. So what will this program do? It will exit from it as soon as I becomes 0. When I is equals to 0, it says it is, and if I say that I is not equals to 0, then though this is an else statement, this is not inside the while, it is outside the while. It will run only once time. So we say that if it is not equal to 0, you print the value of I. So let's run this program by changing the value of I. I put the value of I is equals to 2 and then I run this program. Now see what happens. First, it has been done in the same program, so no need to save it. You see the output becomes 2 because it says that I is not equals to 0. It goes into the else statement. On whatever we write outside this else is considered, which is a normal program, means not to do anything with while else. We run it again and you see the output comes 2 and normal. Let me clear the window and run the program again so that it becomes more visible. See, this is the case. And if I make the value of I is equals to 0, because this is double equals to 0, it will return in a infinite loop. It will reach to a particular end and the program will exit because we have used an exit and no output will be shown. So instead of putting it as double equals to 0, let's do certain thing. We say that while I is less than 3, print I, and we change the statement that I is equals to I plus 1. Now what will happen over here? You see the value of I is, we are initializing it to 0 this time. Okay, so I is equals to 0 while I is less than 3. It will go into the while loop. It will print 0, then 1, then 2. As soon as I becomes 3, it comes out of the I and then it prints this I and then it prints the normal. Okay, so it will remain in while loop unless the condition is true, and as soon as the condition becomes false, it goes to the else statement. So while else is also a statement which is used in Python. So this 3 in the output is printed because of this else, though we could have printed this without using an else also. Now let's make a new program using another loop of Python which is called for loop. Now the concept which is there in while loop is the same that it runs. Similarly, a for loop also runs for n number of times. Only changes, there is a change in a little bit of syntax. So we'll be seeing 3 programs of for loop and we'll be studying about a new function that is called range and in for loop. So we take a variable I. There is no need to initialize in for loop. We say that for I in range, there are different variations of range. We will use all the variations and I'll explain it as long. Means first let us write it, then we will do it. Now we come out of for loop over here and now see how does this program works. For I in range 10, what is this program doing is, this I is a variable, this range is a function which is giving the value 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will not produce 10 and it will assign it to 0 and it will assign it to I, one by one, and then I will be printed first 0, then I will become 1, then it will be printed. And this in is a function which is, you can say, is acting as an assignment operator over here, or you can say it is acting as a checking operator over here, and it is giving the value of I becomes 0, then 0 is printed, then I becomes 1 and it is printed. You can compare it to the statement which we used to write in other programming languages like this: I is equals to 0, I less than 10 and I plus plus, I plus plus. The beauty is, you see that we need not to initialize it. Itself starts from 0. The range function starts from 0. It checks up till 10 and it is incrementing by 1 by itself. We need not to do write I plus plus or I less than 10. It is doing this thing by itself. So this is the function of, this is the beauty of this range function which is there in for loop. So as soon as I run this program, first definitely we have to save it. So let's save it first. For underscore y dot py, we give the name, and see, as soon as we run this program, it prints from 0 to 9. Now what it is doing, it is taking the range function which is itself incrementing the value by 1, initializing it to 0 and running up to 10. Now there are other variations of range also. Let's see those variations. If we want that we should start from 2, so we can give a starting point, comma. So in this case the starting point is 2 and the ending point is again 10. So the output will be from 2 till 9. You see, the output is from 2 till 9. There is another feature of range function which we can use, that is by how much we have to increment. It is not necessary that we increment by 1 only. We can increment by 2 also, we can increment by 3 also. So this is how we write the increment part, that it will increment by 2. Every time the value will be incremented by 2. So this case the output begins from 2, incremented by 2 and goes up to 10. So these are the 3 variations of range which can be used with for loop. We can use other methods also, but this is the most preferred method which is used in for loop for numeric numbers. For a string we simply use in. We will talk about a string in other lecture. For the time being we concentrate on integers, and this is how a for loop is used and different variations of range. If only one parameter is given in the range function, then this parameter tells about the ending value. It starts by default from 0. It starts by default from 0. There are other variations also where we can start from a bigger number and end on a lesser number. In this case it will decrement. In that case, instead of incrementing, it will check as long as it is greater than this, and instead of plus plus it will act as minus minus. So this can be also done in range function, where we start from a bigger number and end it's a lower number. For example, when I run this program, you see the output. Let's wait, clear this, give a decrement by -1, and we run this program. You see it runs that it starts from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, because the end value 2 is not included. The end value 2 is not included. So we can also do like this, that we start from a bigger number and we go to the lesser number, and we keep on decrementing by -1 or by -2, whatever you want to decrement with. So I hope this has explained you how we use a while loop and a for loop in Python. Thank you.